Good morning. Welcome to Mantra 108, where we are chanting our way through 21 days of the 8-syllable Viṣṇu mantra. Auṁ Namo Nārāyaṇāya. Auṁ Namo Nārāyaṇāya. So I'll wait for a few moments. I'll have my coffee with you or my tea with you, whatever you're drinking this morning. I have a little decaf this morning. It's pretty windy outside here. Today is our trash day in our neighborhood. All the neighbors' trash cans, and ours included, that we take out to the curb were blown over this morning. So it's that windy. Don't know where this wind came from all of a sudden, but maybe it'll blow some of our stagnant opinions, some of our stagnant practices, some of our stagnant ways of being. Maybe the wind will just blow it away. That would be very nice. I see that we have a few joining, so I can't see who you are, but I see little dots up in the corner. Facebook has sabotaged me, so I can't see who's here and say good morning anymore, so I say good morning to you all. Nice hot decaf. So this morning we're going to talk about vikalpa. So it's kind of in conjunction with the other things that we've been talking about for the last few days. So we talked about pramana, correct evaluation, correct perception. We talked about viparyaya, our misperception. And today we're going to talk about vikalpa, which is our imagination. The things that we imagine, the things that our mind, our creative thought processes just make up. Our imagination. Now, our imagination can be really wonderful, and it can help us to envision things that our physical being, that our physical consciousness can try to achieve. It can be really wonderful for helping us to imagine things that aren't really quite tangible to us. Even our purusha, as Bachman says here, even our purusha, this idea of our light of inner awareness, or even divine consciousness, we can't really see. It's not factual, it's not identifiable from a scientific perspective. So some of these things have to be a product of our imagining, our vikalpa. But on the other side of that coin, and Bachman doesn't get in too much to this, but I want to say this. On the other side of that coin, our imaginings can be destructive to us. If we imagine things that haven't happened, that have no basis in fact, if we imagine things like that in our lives, that can bring us anxiety. It can bring us separation from one another. If I'm imagining things about you that aren't true, that are negative things, or you're imagining things about me that are not true, that are negative things. And I think that is very purposeful to think about right now in this situation that we're facing with so much focus on racial injustice. So I think when we generalize about groups of people, that this is a negative vikalpa. It's a negative imagining that may not be in fact true at all. So let me read to you what Bachman says about vikalpa. Vikalpa is an idea or abstraction that has no basis in reality. It comes from a concept in the heart-mind that doesn't actually exist. Real knowledge is supported by fact and is antagonistic to vikalpa. So real knowledge is the antipode to vikalpa. Yet, vikalpa serves the purpose of creating abstract thoughts, which may eventually manifest in a practical way, like mathematics, or lead to a higher level of understanding beyond our limited intellect. Some words like infinite or possible have no real objects and could be construed as vikalpa. A phrase like pie in the sky really does mean something as an idiom, and therefore will create activity in the heart-mind. Some ideas used in conversation carry a variety of interpretations, depending on the background of the speaker. Even the concept of higher power or divinity, such as Purusha, is a vikalpa, albeit a non-harmful one, and in fact, perhaps a helpful one. Daydreams can be harmful if they distract our attention from something important. For example, driving a car while daydreaming may cause an accident. Daydreaming in a classroom during an important lecture may cause us to miss key points of the lecture. Fantasies also have the potential to be detrimental. If our heart-mind is preoccupied with a fantasy about becoming rich based on a shaky get-rich-quick theme, our attention has turned outward into the world of possessions and success. If we make decisions based on this unrealistic fantasy, we're likely to suffer. In this way, vikalpa can contribute to misperception and delusion. Any ideas or imaginings that occur in our citta, our heart-mind field, in our citta, should not pull us away from our chosen focus and practice of our yoga. And of course, this mantra practice is part of our practice of yoga. Daydreams can be helpful if they're uplifting. Thinking of yourself winning a race or imagining yourself being flexible enough to do a full split are examples of uplifting daydreams, and I want to insert one here. Certainly, imagining a world where we have no racial discrimination, imagining a world where we all live peacefully together, imagining a world where everyone has equal opportunity, equal justice. Imagining a world where there is no police brutality. Imagining a world where there's no crime, so we need no policing. I mean, all of these imaginings are examples of uplifting daydreams. Visualizing yourself in a healthy and loving relationship will have a positive impact on your psyche and may energetically help materialize that wish. Additionally, ideas that seem crazy or impossible or totally impractical when they occur can lead to significant discoveries and useful inventions. High-level abstract thinking, such as the kind involved in theoretical mathematics or musical compositions, challenges the brain and cultivates forward thinking and creativity. A teacher or a parent can inspire a student or a child to try out ideas and see if they can become reality. Imaginative play can stimulate a child's brain in a very healthy way, keeping our heart and our mind open to unforeseen possibilities helps us grow and progress and improve. If the vikalpa is linked to realistic possibilities, it can be helpful. For example, let's say you don't like your current job, but stay in it for the money or the prestige. You feel there's no other possibility. But if you spend time imagining what you really want to do, you may be able to come up with a way to actualize your desire. Maybe you can take classes at a local college and get another degree that will help you move in that new direction. Many people have gone through yoga teachers training while working, then quit their job to pursue teaching yoga full-time, as an example. And I'll stop there and add a couple of things. I know so many people, because I'm of a certain generation. I'll be 70 in less than a month. Oh my goodness, that's kind of crazy. But I'm of a generation who have gone through their careers and have imagined a second career, imagined something that was more nurturing to their spirit than the job that they had as householder, needing to support a house and a family. And now they've imagined for themselves a new career. I know someone who was an executive with AT&T for many years, and she's now an ICU nurse taking care of COVID patients. I myself was in a very lucrative corporate career for my many years of career strategy, and then I got to a place where I wanted to retire from that career and imagine something different for myself, imagine something that would be a livelihood that would allow me to bring my full spirit into my work. And so I became a massage therapist, a yoga teacher, a retreat leader, all those things that I'm doing now. So I know many people who have had this vikalpa, who have had an imagining of something that they wanted to do differently with their lives and have in fact then manifested that. Okay, so back to this. Believing in concepts like Purusha, our pure inner light of awareness, can make us feel less attached to the outer world. The experience of that divine presence, often found via meditation, can actually affect our outer behavior in a positive way. Imagination that diverts our attention and causes present or future suffering is to be avoided. Ruminations and constructive ideas that support or enhance our yoga practice and our lives, or the lives of others, are to be encouraged. As long as our hearts and our minds are focused on cultivating inner awareness and improving outer behavior, positive imaginings can help. May we keep our hearts and minds open to fresh and bright possibilities and not allow the other to stifle our ideas. So, good stuff today. And I might note, today begins the first day of our last week with this practice of this beautiful Viṣṇu mantra that we're moving through right now. This mantra that takes the individual, facilitates the individual person into a greater consciousness. So let's imagine that. All right, let me turn on our nice little digital tempura. Go ahead and close down your eyes. Press through the crown to sit tall. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Begin to soften your skin, soften your muscles. Soften your imaginings, your vikalpa. And we'll take an inhale together to begin. Auṁ Namo Nārāyaṇāya. 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 Auṁ Namo Auṁ Namo Nārāyaṇāya. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sit in the vibration of your sound. And that brings us to the end of our practice today. I want to remind you that the syllables that we chant in this mantra hold the qualities of compassion, of peace, and of boundless love. So, in your imaginings for today, in your vikalpa for today, keep those imaginings within the framework of this mantra, the quality of this mantra: compassion, peace, and boundless love. See you tomorrow morning for day number 16. Day number 16 tomorrow. All right, have a wonderful day, everybody.